My name is Chris, and I am a Hot Wheels collector, excuse me. We got to use the right terms here, right? But yeah, I am big into Hot Wheels. A lot of you, or some of you, know me from the Ricer Miata YouTube channel, which I'm very good friends with Chris Rudnick, who runs that channel. I also do the podcast production for his Patreon. Today we're going to do a wheel swap, and it's very common in the Hot Wheels community for collectors to purchase Hot Wheels, open them up, and exchange the wheels. Now, normally this is done on a main line. This is considered a premium Hot Wheel, and the premium Hot Wheels come with rubber tires already, where the main lines have plastic wheels and tires. They're all molded as one piece. So yeah, people do wheel swaps on premiums. The reason I'm doing them is because this is a beautiful Nissan Skyline van, and a lot of people are looking for this specific van. If you're one of those people, I have them for sale. They're in my offer up, and I'll put that link in the description below. So here's the van. As you can see, it comes with these really plastic tires. Wheels. They're just super plastic wheels, and it doesn't look great. I love the casting. I love the details. I love what they've done. I found this Fast and Furious car, and it has the exact same pattern of wheel. It's a 4-bar style wheel, as you see in the card art. And they're chrome. They're a little bigger, but they are chrome. Some people have told me, oh, they're not going to fit. Well, to those people I say, get a Dremel, because with this you can make anything fit. So we will be using this for a few different things, not just if we have to clearance anything, but we may have to trim our custom axles, and we'll go over that here in just a second. The first thing we need to do is release the Skyline van and the Fast and Furious car, because I need to get the wheels off both of these, and then we'll use the custom axles to get these wheels back on to the van. Hopefully we don't have to do a lot of dremeling on the base of this unit for that to happen, but if we do, we do. It's just part of the deal. Alright, so my face is going to be a tiny bit out of frame. For this portion, I want to have the table clear and in focus and shown. So let's go over some of the tools that we're going to need before we open these. I am going to open this in a way that I could save the card, because I have these plastic small 1/64 scale display boxes, and those boxes are clear, and I can cut out a section of this card to be the background in that plastic box, so it looks real nice. Let's go over some of the tools before we open those. I have a couple of pairs of needle nose pliers. These specific pliers are ground at the end. They're ground or have been grinded, whatever the word is, just so that there's a little more surface area here, and this is important for our custom axles. So we have these custom axles, and this is not sponsored. These are from Shop Monoblock, which you can't see, but that's okay. It's shopmonoblock.com. I'll put their link down in the description. They're also on Instagram at Monoblock Wheels. They sell wheels. You could buy custom wheels for 1/64 cars from even this company. I believe they do 3D printing. Some of them are like plastic, and I am not a big fan of custom wheels that are plastic. I prefer a metal or metallic wheel for my customs. So these are custom axles. They can be trimmed. So some of these cars have different lengths, and that's something I didn't realize. Even on the main lines, you'll have some cars with a longer axle in the back, a shorter axle in the front, and in order to overcome that, you'll need a custom axle like this that can be trimmed, and that's where the Dremel comes in. So we'll use the Dremel to trim our custom axles to the right length to fit exactly how we want it to fit the specific car we are swapping. I recently wheel swapped a 911 GT3, and I'll grab that right now, 1 second. And through the magic of editing, we have the Porsche. So this is a wheel swap I did. This is the factory 500 Porsche 911 GT3 RS. And these wheels are from the Street Fighter van. And I scalped the van for the wheels. These are a very nice looking wheel. It just really works good. Works really good on the car. But what you can see here is that they're different lengths. So the back axle needed to be longer than the front axle. That all is possible due to our custom monoblock axles and the Dremel. So what will happen is we'll use our old pair of ground down pliers. We can hold the axle in here, and I can use the Dremel to just shave off a tiny bit at a time until we get the correct width. We'll then use these same pliers to crimp those axles in place. So the axles come in 3 parts, 2 end pins, a center shaft. We can set the size of the center shaft with our Dremel. We can then crimp the outer pins that hold the wheels basically onto that axle. We'll then pinch that tube in the center to hold those pins in place, which you're going to see here very shortly. So we got our pliers, we have our drill bits. These are super important. So we have a 564 and a 532. So the bigger one is the 532, and we're going to use that 532 to drill out the rivets on these cars to separate the base from the top of the casting, get the interior, get the glass, get everything out. We'll then use our 564 bit. We'll drill down the center of that post because I have hardware. As you can see in the Porsche, there's no longer rivets, there's Phillips head screws, and these Phillips head screws are removable. See, I can start taking them out, I can change the wheels, I can do whatever, and I could put it all back together. So this will never come apart. It's even better sealed than it was coming from Mattel, and it still rolls. This is a roller. It's hard to see on this blanket, but she's a roller. She rolls smooth. And that's important. You know, when you do a wheel swap, you want the Hot Wheel to still act like a Hot Wheel. There are some cases where you wouldn't really care and the car just looks so great with those wheels in the stance that if it didn't roll, you throw it in a display box and call it a day. You know, rolling is a matter of opinion. Most customizers say, well, if you don't make it roll, then you didn't do it right. But to me, it's not that important if it rolls, honestly. I like when they roll, but I like the way they look more, if that makes sense. Let's put the Porsche off to the side. We went over our drill bits, so 532, 564. We have some screws in here. These are from Ace Hardware. You can get them at lots of places online. This is called a 2-56 thread. It's a 256 thread pitch. These screws are kind of long, so we'll probably, depending on what we see inside of this Skyline van, I'll probably have to grind down these screws so they're a little shorter. It's really not that hard. I just pinch it inside of these pliers, make sure everything's nice and straight, and then I use the Dremel and just cut right down into the screw until it's a little bit shorter and the threads have not been damaged. Using the 564 bit and this screw, you do not need to tap this screw because this metal is so soft. It's pot metal, I think is the term. It's such a soft metal that after drilling the 532 bit, you can easily work the screw back and forth until you have it seated, and that will cut the threads. So I know some people think, oh, you need a tap. No, you don't need a tap. You just need the right bit, the right 256 screw, and you can then reattach the base to the top of the car there, to the car. I also got these little tiny washers, so we'll be using these washers as well. Oh, and obviously you need a drill. So if you're gonna have drill bits, you're gonna need a drill, right? Let's get this. This one doesn't even matter, really. I'm just scalping the wheel, so we could open this however. It's so incredible how much detail you really get to see on these once they come out of that carrier, that blister. There is a technical term for this. I saw it on the Mattel website and I can't remember now what it is. Maybe it'll come to me. I call it a carrier. People call it a blister because you pop it like a blister when you pop the card off. Wow. Yeah, these wheels are nice. I like that they have kind of a round, let's see if I can get that. There's like a circumference to the tire. You know, it's nice. They have like a roundness to the tire. But it's amazing to me how much detail is on these things. Obviously the premiums are going to have more detail than the main lines. You're going from 94 cents to $5.50 US anyway. Yeah, it rolls so nice. It'd be great if we could just use these axles, you know, right in there. The only problem is, because of the metal base, it would be really easy to damage the base if we reuse these axles, where if we just add these, you'll see they slide right in. Guess first things first, this car has 2 rivets. The Skyline only has 1 rivet to drill out because there's a hook in the back here. See that little, where the license plate would be? That's what's holding the base onto the top of the car. And there's only 1 rivet in front, so that's at least 1 less screw we have to drill and tap and add. And on this Silvia, or is it a Silvia? Yeah, the Nissan Silvia. Yeah, it must be an old one. Gosh, I think I'm gonna keep this base in good condition because I like it. Maybe we could do some kind of custom out of it. I hate to waste it. It's pretty nice. Yeah, they always look so much nicer out of the package. It's crazy. I'm really excited to see what's going to happen with this one. Out of the package, I mean. Alright, so let's start drilling. What we're going to do is grab our 532. 564 is the small one. So we're going to do the 532 bit, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start drilling these rivets until the rivet head is gone, and then this base will just come right off. Sometimes you have to pry it off. It doesn't just fly off. Sometimes it does, but most of the time you still have to pry the base off of these posts. So the first one can be tricky because some people just keep drilling and drilling and drilling and drilling, and they drill too much because they think it's not done. However, the base is just stuck on the post still, and you have to pull it a little bit or pry it off. So let me grab the drill and start drilling these rivets. You could wear eye protection doing this. I probably should be. I know when I use the Dremel, I'll definitely put my glasses down, but there is pieces that are flying off of here, and you do not want one of these little metal shards in your eyeball. And even the cars that I don't care about, because there are some premiums I buy specifically for the wheels. This one I wouldn't mind keeping nice, except I may have just scratched it. Some of the premiums I really just get for the wheels, so even on those ones that I know I don't want the body of the car, I will drill them carefully and practice my drilling so that I can get better, so that on the real wheel swap car I don't damage anything. Because as they say, practice makes perfect. The more you do something, the better you get. I'm still seeing an edge of the rivet. Gonna use my, oh yeah, so I'm starting to see, yep, so that one's done. It's really, I'll see if I could zoom in here. We did this front one. It doesn't look like I drilled all the way through it. It really doesn't look like that. But when I lift this up, there's now a gap underneath there. So I know that one is done. But just from looking at it, it would be tough to tell. I might think to myself, oh, I got to keep drilling, but you do not. So let's get this back one. Okay, I think we got it. Let's see if I can make some space here. I might need to go, let's go just a little bit more, just in case. Pro tip for all you newbies out there, manage your shavings. You don't want to be drilling these rivets, have all these metal shavings, and then plop your new wheel swap car down on these shavings and do work, because then you're going to scratch the crap out of your wheel swap car. And I actually did make a little scratch in the top of this one, and I was trying to save it, so now it's junk. We're just going to use it for the wheels. It happens, no big deal. Honestly, I told myself, yeah, I'm going to make I'll never make a project out of this. There's so many other cars that I want to wheel swap that this thing is meaningless. It will sit in a pile of junk for many, many years. Let's see if I start taking the front off, if that helps me with the back. Yeah, no, I don't think it's done. Let's go a little bit more. So as you just saw and heard, it just popped right apart. So that's how these things roll. Sometimes you are not sure if you're done drilling and you just want to keep going, but if you do that, you could damage this post and the base will not go back on properly and you will not have a wheel swap. So this one doesn't really matter. We're not going to use this anymore. I scratched the top. It's a tiny, tiny scratch, but any scratch to me is a huge scratch. So all right, so what we are going to do, this one is tricky. Wow. So what I'm going to do is let me go grab some cutters. Hold on. All right. Power of editing. All right, so what we're going to do, I should have grabbed the vacuum too to clean up these metal shavings. I'll drill the other car right here. It's just the one rivet anyway. And then I'm going to clean up my space. So I'll grab the shop vac and clean this up real quick. I should have put another towel down. Anyway, brains. So what we're going to do, because we already have our axles, there's a couple ways to wheel swap. Some people just get these axles out all in one shot, one piece basically. We are not going to do that. I have the new axles and I'm just going to bend this up carefully. Wow, these axles are way stronger than the mainline ones. Alright, so I just bent the wheel up. And I'm going to take the nippers and I'm going to cut the axle right at the bend. Alright, so we now have one wheel. And then this other one, I should be able to straighten this back out. Didn't work like I wanted it to. Okay, so I just cut both the wheels off. I normally don't do it that way. Normally I can just pull it right out, but these premium wheels compared to the main lines have a much thicker, much stronger axle. So anyway, let's bend this one up. And I'm trying to bend these carefully. You know, I don't want to damage the wheel. I don't want to damage the little pin that's going into this wheel. I don't want to enlarge any holes. Dang, these ones are hard to bend. The axle is such the perfect length for this base that it's not giving me enough room to push the wheel up where I want it. Let's see if this will do it. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Alright, so I got the one wheel up. We're going to cut that off. Dump out the center. See if we could just pull this out. No, we cannot because I'm yanking the tire off. It's pretty cool. The tires can come off. Let's see if we can get this one up enough. Oh yeah, we got it. We got it. Alright, so I just bent this one up too, so I could get my cutters in there. There we go. Cool. Alright, so now we got our wheels for our Skyline van. Yeah, I mean, this thing could be scraped and repainted and graphics. That's okay. We're just gonna pack this right up. Put it in the trash. Thank you for your service. Alright, so I don't want to damage this card. Oh, you know what? Let me get the... Oh no, let's drill first. So I don't want to damage this card too much. I'm going to take my razor blade here, and I'm just going to go, without hitting the car, right along the bottom here. And this is kind of cool because you could actually put the car back in using this method. I have done that before. And stay tuned for the next video because I am 4 for 4 on the RLC HWC cars this year, and I'm gonna show you all of them. Some of them I haven't even opened, like 2 of them, so I don't even know the numbers. I don't know. I don't know the condition. I haven't seen the cards. We're gonna do that on the channel here. We're going to do that on the YouTube channel here. Alright, so I cut the shit out of the inside of this card. So I won't be using this card to put the Skyline van back in. So keep that in mind. This is not the right tool. I should have used a regular, just the blade, and then it could have laid flat enough to where I wouldn't have cut into the car. The back of the card. But what can happen here is we can open this enough to get this out. And put it back in if we wanted to. There it is. So if you cut these right, you could then put the car with the new wheels back in and hang it right up. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to cut out a portion of the car and use it in the display case as the background. First looks on the Skyline van. Wow. So the wheels are quite a bit smaller, but it looks like they fit in the wheel well. Wow, this might actually be cool. This might make it look even lower because this has a kind of a lowered vibe to it. If you can't tell. I mean, I can feel the base rubbing on the work blanket, so that's how low it is. So that's pretty cool. So honestly, this wheel might give it even more of a lowered look. because it'll be hidden up inside the car a little bit more, which is pretty awesome. I don't want poke, I want tuck. We're looking for a tuck deal here. The other thing I noticed on these tiny little wheels is they have these huge spacers there. I don't know if you can see that, but I'll zoom in. So there's a huge spacer on the inside of this wheel that's pushing it out to be more flush to the edge. There is a spacer on this wheel, but it's tiny. I mean, it's just a little, it's all it is to keep the wheel basically from flopping around. We want to make our axles nice and tight, and then this wheel will not be, it won't do what we call the duck walk when the car does roll, because I'm hoping this one will be a roller. If it doesn't roll, I don't care. It's just going to look awesome sitting up in the display case. This is a good one though. I picked a good one for the swap. I don't see any paint defects. All the glass is clean. The graphics look great. I don't see any shadowing. Red, white, and blue. I mean, come on. America. Freaking America in this 69 Nissan Skyline van, America themed. Oh man, with the JDM writing, I am down. Alright, so let's open this up. I'm gonna find a clean spot on my blanket because I do not want to damage the paint at all on this. And I do see a couple of flakes right here. So on this car we just have to do the front rivet. In fact, I'm just going to hold this one in my hand so I don't scratch anything. Really want this one to be nice. So we're getting close. A little bit more. Make sure my hands are clean also. These little filings, man, they get everywhere. I should have put another towel down, did the drilling, and then I removed the towel. That would have been smart. It's almost like I need a bigger drill bit or something. Weird. The rivet head was smaller than I've seen before, but the post seems pretty big. Guess we gotta keep going. It's hard to see too because of the chrome base and the chrome post here. I'm not seeing any separation yet. None at all. Alright, well, just keep going, I guess. I mean, I have like 10 more of these, so if I break this one, we could always start over. She's a beauty. Sorry, getting lost in the casting. The lights are painted. There's a real cool line, almost like a pinstripe there. Such a cool casting. I'm seeing some of my shavings inside on the glass though. So I'll have to clean that carefully. Why is this not coming apart? This happens a lot to me where I just keep drilling and nothing happens, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's apart. Oh, there we go. Yep, we're getting there. Oh, there we go. Getting some movement now. Not sure if it's going to pop off. Nope, we're close though. Keep my hands clean or else we're going to scratch the crap out of this thing. Plus all these little axle pieces. Man, I should have put another towel down. That would have been smart. Well, it's getting close. See? That's how it goes. You just keep drilling. Little bits at a time. A little bit of pressure. And the way this comes apart is just like that. So there's a little hook back here where the license plate frame would be, which is great. It makes it so much easier to, well, it takes less time to get them apart. Let's put it that way. Wow, it looks like the wheel's gonna really fit in here nicely, guys. Yeah, I think we're gonna be fine with these. So everyone, well, the one person on my Instagram who said this wasn't gonna work. I can't wait to send you this picture. Anyway, no more gloating. My Instagram, by the way, which will also be in the description and at the end of the video, is at CKSOFLY. I post my daily finds on there, and I have the link to the offer up on there. So if there's any cars that you want to purchase, I'm also going to be listing some of these customs, or take orders for customs. So if you see that I've made something and you like it, just leave a comment here and I'll get in touch with you and we'll figure out a price and go from there. Because there's different options, you know, based on the wheel choice, based on if you want the display box, if you want it back in the card, you know, there's a couple different options that can change the price. So anyway, all right, so the interior snaps in there. I see that. See this front post real quick. Yeah, so this front post we need to be able to put our screw. Let's knock that out right now. Get all the drilling done. All right, so we're going to take the 564 bit. And I'm going to make sure, I'm going to try to get it as perfectly center on this main post here as I can. Yep, that looks pretty good. And we're going to drill this post out. Okay, so I don't love how that's not centering. It's not centering itself that well, so I'm going to just try to smooth out the top of this post. Going back to the bigger bit. Let's see if I can make this any smoother here. Out, which we really need to clean that glass carefully. I don't want to scratch anything. Don't want to scratch anything on here. That's why they call this a hobby, right? If it was that easy, everyone would do it, and if it was over too quick, nobody would do it. So let's try this again. See if I can get that right in the middle. Alright, we're making some progress, but I am feeling some heat. I don't want to burn the paint off. Wow, yeah, we really got in there. Wow, check this out. Now it's kind of hard to see. It's hard to see, but yeah, we got it in there quite a bit. I'm just measuring. Oh gosh, those lights could come out. I wonder if they... No, doesn't look like the lights. They probably could come out somehow. It's alright, let's just be careful. It's cooled down now anyway. I'm going to hold it in my hand to help absorb some of the heat. Get our bit back in there. Now the only thing we need to be careful of it is if we drill too far, we're going to end up poking right through the hood. And that is not our intention here, is to have a hole in this beautiful car's hood. And we've made it so far already, I'd hate to have to get another one and start over. So we're right there on the bit. Down there. All right, it's getting real hot right there. We got to be close. I'm going to say that's good. So what we're going to do is I have this other 256 screw, and it uses a hex tool or an Allen key. There it is. So I'm kind of cheating here because those other screws are Phillips head, but we're going to grab the screw that I have for the hex tool, and we're going to place it as level and as straight as we can here, and we're just going to start turning it in slow. I'm going to go in, I'm going to go back, so it's feeding in, it's getting a little, it gets a little hard. You just back it out, you go again, back it out, go again. So I'm left and right in this thing until it seats. And that's it. Now it's all the way down. Alright, so you saw what we did there. We just worked the screw back and forth until it was all the way seated, which it is now. And we don't have to even go that deep because we're going to have the base and a washer that's going to give us even a little bit more space there. So I'll take that out, and just as a test, I'll grab one of the Phillips heads of what it looks like. So I'm just going to start this by hand, just so I know I don't screw up those really soft new threads. And now we'll use our screwdriver, and yep, she's going right in. Now these screws are longer than that one. I'm going to have to trim it with my Dremel. Let's see. Oh yeah, not like butter. Goes right in. But based on what I can see here, we're going to have to lose 1, 2, 3, probably a good 3 or 4 threads, so not a problem. I've done this before with the Dremel. That's how I did the Porsche that you saw. I just used the Dremel and made the screw as long as this black one was. Shortened it down to the same size, so we'll leave this out in handy as a point of reference. Alright, so our Nissan Skyline van body is ready for the new wheels, the base, and the glass. You know, we're ready to put it back together, with the exception of the wheels. Obviously, the wheels need to go on this base. I don't care about these wheels at all. You know, I don't know. I can't say that I don't care about them at all, because they would actually fit really well on the Falcon AE86, the little mainline. That thing has tiny wheels, so maybe we'll do like a cool theme, paint one blue, one red, and use these wheels on that car. That would be awesome. That actually might be a great idea, honestly. So we'll keep the wheels, and what I'm going to do here is just bend up the pole, same thing as last time, bend up the axle, give a little snip. The other side just fell right out, so that's kind of nice. No fighting with that. We'll keep our little wheels safe here next to the Porsche. We don't need the axles. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Cut off this little bend so I can get this through. Still recording, that's good. Wow, this is going to be a long video, huh? I'm going to have to really do some fast forwarding. Just grab a washer out of this bag. I think I'm going to take a sec. Let's get these other wheels off, and then I'm going to take a second and just clean up the workspace. I'm just trying to grab a washer. There it is. Alright, I'll put that over there. Let's get these wheels off, and then I'm going to clean up this space a little bit. Get these shavings out of here. Okay. Alright, so now we got our base. Our body is ready for our screw. Everything's ready just to go right back together with our new wheels. Our only issue now is I don't even want to put this all the way back together yet, because if it's going to be hard to get apart again, I'd rather just do it once. Alright. I'm going to clean up the workspace here, like I said, 5,000 times, and then we'll work on getting our new wheel donors onto the custom axles, onto the base. We'll reattach and wheel swap complete. Be right back. Alright, so as we just saw, the axles have been trimmed. I'm thinking we made them the right size. I mean, this is trial and error. This is trial and error. So anyway, what we're going to do now is I'm going to crimp. Oh gosh, how am I going to do that? Some cars, like the main lines, there's room to get the needle nose in there to make the crimp. And I'm not seeing that here, so we're gonna have to use our brains and figure this out. Dang it. It's pretty tight. Gosh, I almost wonder if I could partially crimp right now and then just nail the pin in. Let's make sure it's the right size before I do all that. What the hell's going on here? There's no way those pins are touching each other in the middle, are they? Dang, it's pushing it right down. Maybe we gotta cut these pins a little bit. I've never used axles this short before. Let me see another pin. Could they touch each other in the middle? Are the tips touching? Let's see. Oh yeah, the tips are touching. So we should have cut a little bit off that first one. Yep. Wah, wah, wah. We should have cut off a little bit of the first one and then they would have been more even. I did not do that, so now we're gonna have to cut off a bunch of this one. Dang it. I don't want to do too much, so let's just do that, and if we got to do more, we can. Gosh. Should have thought about this sooner, but hey, this is why we're here. We're learning together. We are learning together. Now I'm checking to make sure the cut didn't do anything to prevent this from going in that hole. I mean, maybe we need it, maybe we want it like that actually, so it's a little bit tight and then we don't have to worry about the crimp. Alright, that's in there. Oh, this back on here. Can we get that in there is the question. I just totally missed. And now I've somehow picked up the pin on the plier. So cutting that pin has now made it harder to get this in. It's not the Dremel job. Let me try, yeah, because it went in before, right? It was, yeah, it went right in. So that little cut we did must have flared the metal enough. To where it doesn't want to go in now. Shoot. I'm just going to try it without the wheel to see if it's even possible. Because, you know, yeah, I want this tight. I would love for this to be so tight I could just jam it in and then apply some pressure and then it's, you know, then it's tight. Oh, I did. I got it. Okay, so it is possible and it was pretty tight. Slide this back into our base. Carefully align these. And we got it. We got it, we got it, we got it. Can the pin go all the way down? Yep, the pin went all the way down. I'm just gonna give it a little test pull. Yeah, it would come out, but okay, so what I'm gonna do is I am just ever so slightly going to squeeze this down. I don't know if that was enough. We'll know when we put this pin back in the wheel. And now into the axle. Come on. It's definitely harder to get in this time. Let's get the wheel out of the way. Come on, go down, go down. There you go. Okay, okay. Now can we hammer that down? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yep, this might work, folks. My buddy Ben, shout out to you. He does it this way also, where he just crimps the tube enough to be able to do this, to get the pin. That went in way too easy. Yeah, I don't think I crimped it enough. Like it's really tight and then it's really loose. That's weird. That's weird, man. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. And there's just no freaking way to crimp that. Well, maybe right there. Yeah. Okay. Wait, I got an idea. Let's use the skinnier needles. I'm gonna squeeze it good. Yeah. Okay, now we could push this down right like that. And now let's see if we can force this pin without hurting the wheel. Oh yeah, that worked. The only thing I'm worried about was that side. Yeah, was that gonna come out? Yeah, I had a feeling it was. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use a tool on this side, not that tool. I'm gonna take one end of the drill bit and hold it on the pin on this side, and then using these pliers, see if I can force that pin in there. Dude, it worked. Totally worked. Wow, and they're like very, very solid, very little movement. Once that interior piece, wherever it went, goes back on over those axles. Oh yeah, look at that. See the difference? Huge difference having this piece. All right, so that's how you do it. That's how you do it. Ben was right. You want to crimp this this one side partially, or crimp it enough to where you can just force that pin right in there. Mental note on the next axle, we need to trim these pins down just a little bit so that they don't touch in the middle. One I'm just going to take a little bit off. The other I'm going to take a little bit more off. Make sure it's nice and straight in there as we do our cut. Here is our next axle, so let's just get our pin on here and crimped. Yeah, so cutting them does make it a little harder to get it in, and that could be the cut side also. Excuse me, that could be the Dremel side. We might have to go back out with a Dremel. Oh no, there we go. All right, so I got it in. It's very tight in there. It's pretty awesome. Let's just take our pliers and pinch down on this side, crimping that pin in place. Make sure we didn't change any of the dimensions of that. Now insert our axle, and we're going to push it through. Wow, we're getting close to the finish line here, folks. Time is at 13 minutes on this clip, so yeah, this is gonna be a good long video. All right, so we're gonna trim a little bit. I guess we don't have to trim as much this time because we took some off the other side. But I'm gonna do about right there. Watch our eyeballs. I don't know where that piece went. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing as last time. I'm going to insert this back here. Actually, let's test this first and make sure. Yep, we're good. I just see the... Wow, that's perfect. It's hard to see, but the axle is just showing flush on that edge of that, on the inside of that wheel there. I could not have done that any better as far as that cut. Man, that's gonna look nice with the chromes. I am excited to see this. I could put the body on now, but that's kind of cheating. Let's do it in the right order. Alright, so we know our wheel's gonna fit. Let's take this out and crimp it down ever so slightly like we did the front side. Just ever so slightly. You can always do it more, you know? It's harder to undo it than it is to do it again. So I'm just going to go a little bit there. That might have been too much. Shoot. Might have been too much. See if I can... Yeah, I got it back open. Alright. So, we need our wheel. Oh, wait a minute. We need our wheels and axles to be on the base. Then we need our wheel, which, yeah, went right into the edge there. How nice is that? Now we got to try to finagle this pin. Use the pliers. Let's use the skinnier pliers. Alright, let's see now if we can get this pin in that axle hole. Oops. Yep, we got it. Okay. Do a little tap. now we got to do our double-sided trick where we hold the pin from this side and we use our pliers from this side and push. Pushing pretty freaking hard. Dude. We got it. We got it, boys. That is a base that has been wheel swapped. And yes, of course it was a premium and already had premium wheels, but now we got chromes, and they're so much bigger too. Yeah, like this whole wheel and tire is about the same size as just the wheel on the new ones, so that's pretty cool. I like that. Alright, let's alright, I shaved the screw down. Let's put it on a screwdriver and test it out, make sure the threads on the beginning of the screw are still good and won't damage anything. Yep, she's going right in. Look at that. Sometimes you have to work these Phillips screws from Ace in and out again, like we did with the other one. This might be too long still. Once we have the base and the washer on there, then we'll know for sure. What did I do with the washer? I don't know. But yeah, it does still thread, so that's good. I thought I had the washer out for that. Unless, oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, we're good. We're good. Cool. All right. Set that there. Is it time? Am I forgetting something? Is that it? Just put it back together? Give her a little wipe down. Nice one. Glad I chose this one. I honestly just chose one that did not come from those cases, the fresh case ones. This is just one that was on the pegs that I found, and it ended up being a good one. Great paint job. Love it. Love the Skyline van. Oh, alright, I'm an idiot. So we have interior, which goes this way. Sure there's no more metal shavings or anything in there. There's not. Get this piece where it goes. I believe it's right. I don't know why it slides around like that. It's sliding around, but just move it mostly to the front. Yeah, that's how it was right there. On the front wheels, the back wheels. Now we have to hook. Oh, wait, we need our glass. So our glass goes like so. Very nice, very nice. And then I'll leave the base like so. Put this in here. Now we gotta get our front rivet what? Something's blocking me here. The wheels are definitely gonna fit, but something. There we go. What we need now is for the front to pop back over that post, and we may have to do some drilling for that to happen. Nope, popped right in. Dude. Is she a roller? It's hard to tell. Back wheels want to roll, but not the front. Like I said, I don't even care. I might have the axle so tight to each other. See if we can spread them out a little. Man, fucking looks awesome, man. Like I said, I don't even care if this one rolls because it's gonna sit in a plastic box for the rest of its days. So now I'm screwing in our screw. Hopefully it's not too long. And the way to test if it's too long is to see if this washer moves, which doesn't look like it does. Screw is below the tire line. Yeah, it's definitely all the way down. It's kind of nice too. The silver bottom hides the silver screw a lot better than it did with the Porsche. You know, the Porsche shows the silver screws bad. That's why I do like the hex style screws better. But you have to order them from eBay, and it takes time, and I could just go to Ace and buy these other ones and grind them down, but they are silver. I could always get a paintbrush, get some tester's paint, and just paint them black. Give her a little wipe down here, and we have officially wheel swapped the Nissan with chrome wheels. Okay, it has the same style of wheel that it had, obviously, just now chrome. That's awesome. Definitely made the front axle a little bit too tight. I see that now. That's why the front wheels just aren't rolling, because they're touching this base part like I was talking about. So anyway, that's fine. I don't even care. I could take a little flathead and I could push out the one side that we forced in, just to give us a little extra gap of the wheel from the base. The back is fine, and that side's fine. This one is just tight for some reason. But anyway, like I said, I don't care. It's going to sit in a plastic box, and it's going to look nice. And what we'll do is use the back of this card here as the background for the vehicle in the display. So there it is. There it is. We professionally wheel swapped with custom axles this beautiful Hot Wheels Nissan Skyline van from 1969. It's a station wagon to me, but it's called a van. Just, I don't know why. But yeah, I really appreciate everybody watching. Our next video, we're going to be doing the RLC cars. So I'm going to show all the 2021 RLC cars up to today, up to current. And I also received a Super Treasure Hunt in the mail that I do not have yet, and that's a 2020 Super Treasure Hunt. So maybe we'll unbox that. We'll do like an unboxing, like a mail call kind of video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, just leave a like. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I definitely want to do more Hot Wheels videos. I could also show other things I have in my collection. We could do some more wheel swaps. If there's anything that you'd like to buy, I have a full store on OfferUp, and if you send me a message saying that you saw me on YouTube, then I'll discount your OfferUp purchases or throw in a free car. I have a bunch of the mystery pack chases. If you've ever seen those mystery pack boxes at the stores, I have a bunch. I'd be happy to throw some in. I'd be happy to throw some in with your purchase. But you got to tell me, hey, I saw you on YouTube, I saw the video, whatever video it was, and then I'll either change the price, giving you the discount, or you can have the mystery pack cards. Up to you. But that being said, make sure you tell someone you love them today. That is super important, because without love, without people, we are nothing. None of this matters without people in our lives. Positivity matters. Thanks for watching.